In today's chess video, I'll be showing you how to easily destroy beginner chess bots so that you can show off to your friends and families and show that you are great at chess. Let's get straight into it. So the beginner bot in chess is defined as a bot that is rated 250 rating all the way to 850 rating. And I'm going to be teaching you a basic, easy, two-step process and an easy tip for you guys to remember to help you guys beat these bots quite easily. So what are these tips? Well, I'll be showing you guys an example game against the 250 bot, against the 550 bot, and last of all, the 800 bot. So let's get straight into it. Alright, so against the 250 bot, or against any beginner bot, all you have to do is number 1, follow the ABCs of chess, which is attack the center, bring out the pieces, and castle the king. So as you guys can see, all we're doing is we're bringing our pieces towards the center. It doesn't matter what opening they play, but we're just going to bring our pieces generally in a position that looks like this. This is what I like to call the ultimate position because all we're doing is bringing our pieces onto very nice squares. Alright, we're going to play pawn d3 so we can basically bring our pieces to good squares. So you can play here, but I like to play here because it attacks this pawn on c5, which is pretty good for us. So now that we develop our pieces, we can castle our king. Alright, so now in this position, I'm just going to bring my pieces closer and closer to my opponent's king, while also making sure that my pieces are all safe. As you guys can see, my opponent just played f5. Threatening our pawn, so we're just going to capture it. Now in this position over here, now that we basically developed our pieces, right? The next step that we're going to go for is bringing our pieces closer to our opponent's king. So we begin by playing this pawn d4 move, basically moving our pieces forward to attack our opponent's king. Now as you guys can see, my opponent gave me a free pawn, so I would just capture the free pawn because it's, well, free. Alright, we're going to continue our build up against our opponent's king. Slowly building up, slowly putting our pieces on nice squares. Alright, so now that this position is made, every single piece is developed, so now let's just play knight b5. Why? Because it's a safe move that slowly inches closer and closer into our opponent's territory. Let's play here. This is like right in front of my opponent's face. Alright, let's capture here with a check. And in this position over here, now, we really want to play here or take there, but unfortunately it's just not possible because queen here, it just gives a free queen, and we don't want to do that. So in this position over here, let's just capture the free pawns. Something that you will notice, especially in the next few bots, is that the computer really likes to give away free pieces. And I like to compare them to like Santa Claus or charity, really, right? If they give you free things, it would be only rude for you not to take them, right? So in this position, we could do some cool tactics, discovery attacks, but there's no need to. Let's just bring our pieces, make sure our pieces are protected, and basically build up our position still against our opponent. Alright, so my opponent just gives us the free piece here, so we're going to capture it there. And if they captured back, we can take that piece for free. Our opponent doesn't want it, which is fine. It's his decision. And as I said before, we're going to do nothing special, just bring in more and more pieces against our opponent's king. Alright, so in this position we have a couple options. We can play here, check, or we can just take on f7, which I like, because it's just a very simple move and allows us to take the free piece on h8. Now opponent doesn't react, and this is something that you will notice a lot against the computers. When you capture their pieces, they sometimes just act as if, well, what just happened? And have no idea what just happened, and then they won't capture you back. Just like how I captured an h8, they decided not to capture back, which a real-life human wouldn't actually do, even at this rating, I would believe. Alright, so let's just take the free pieces. And there's really nothing special. Once you take all their pieces, bring your pieces closer and closer to your opponent's king, and that should be it for you to win, as you guys can see. And that is checkmate. So that one was an easy one, and let's go on to the 550 rated beginner bot, the level 3 one. So let's try to do this one now. So again, we're just going to be doing simple stuff. We're just going to be developing our pieces in the same fashion. Now opponent played d5 here, and this is a quick tip for any beginners who want to improve, is that whenever your opponent makes a move, something important to ask yourself is, what is my opponent doing, and is my move safe? So in this position, I see to myself, hey, My opponent's attacking my pawn on e4. I don't want to give that away for free. I'm not Santa Claus. So I'm just going to take on d5. So I'm just trading a pawn for a pawn. And now we're just going to keep developing our pieces in the normal fashion. Just putting our bishops on nice squares. Now on f4 it doesn't quite work because their bishop would just capture us. So let's just move our bishop to g5. Why not? And our opponent just moved the bishop back. This is not something normal you would see in a normal player playing. So alright, we're going to castle, keep our king safe. King safety is indeed very important. We're going to bring our rooks closer to our opponent's king. Bring our queen on this battery. It's a very nice battery over here. And now that most of our pieces are developed, well, all our pieces are developed now, as I said before, this is when you just start bringing your pieces against your opponent's king. Alright, so in this position, let's just move here, getting closer to our opponent's king. Very nice. Our piece is being threatened, so we just move back. Our piece is being threatened again, we move back again. And we're not playing anything really advanced. Alright, so now we can put here, just attack the queen and attack the rook. And oh my gosh, my opponent just didn't see this, so we just take the free queen. And as I said before, they really don't react. So they could have captured us, but they didn't. So now we can just keep capturing everything. Capture, capture, capture. We're going to be like Pac-Man now, just capturing everything, every piece in sight. Our opponent literally self-destructed here. Alright, let's just attack the rook. Let's see if he reacts to this one. He doesn't, so we're just going to capture. Now at this point, against stronger players, you should be trying to checkmate them, because who knows if they could pull, you know, a rabbit out of a hat. But against a computer, they're really never trying to do anything sneaky or special. So you guys can just move your pieces closer and just win the game like that. No brain, you don't really need a brain to do any of this, just follow the simple steps. Follow the ABCs of chess, attack the center, bring out the pieces, castle the king, and then move your pieces closer to your opponent's king and take any free pieces along the way. It's a simple 1-2 step. Alright, so let's do a rematch against this bot and play on the black side, because you might be wondering how to play on the black side. Well, it's nothing different. We're just going to develop our pieces in the same manner. Alright, let's just develop our pieces in the same manner. Da 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 da. Oh, so our opponent plays this move over here, so we're just going to capture it. And our opponent just didn't react, so we just keep capturing. If our opponent gives us free pieces, we'll take the free pieces. As you guys can see, there's a lot of free pieces here, so we just take them. We were threatening f2, they defended, and now we castle. Keep our king safe. And eventually all we have to do is bring our pieces closer to our opponent's king. Alright, our bishop's not developed, so let's develop it now. We can also set up some discovery attack here. A little bit spooky for our opponent. He is spooked, so he doesn't want that to happen. So, I guess we can even play there if we want to. Now, let's just play here. Alright, let's capture on f3. Make sure we don't lose our own knight. And after our opponent captures back here, our knight is under attack again, so we just have to move it back. Bringing our pieces closer to our opponent's king. This is just a free pawn because the bishop is pinned to the king. Oh, that's a free rook, but we can also take the bishop. Both are good, so let's just take here. It's fine. Alright, let's attack our opponent's queen. Maybe he won't see it. Oh, he saw it. Alright, again, just bring pieces closer to our opponent's king once we're fully developed. Alright, and basically, if you want to be a little bit more skilled, you guys can try to find some cool looking tactics, like this one over here, that just does a discovery attack against our opponent's king. Alright, free queen, we take the free queen. Alright, my opponent's not reacting whatsoever to me capturing all their pieces. So, at this point, this is what I call the self-destruct phase, in which our opponent just starts giving away everything. And so, we, being the kind person we are, take everything, and eventually when they have no pieces, we can just win the game as easily as that. So as black, the rules don't change, nothing changes, except that you're playing on the black side. So let's play against the hardest bot now, the level 5 850 beginner bot. Again, same strategy my friends. Attack the center, bring out the pieces, castle the king. Nothing new, nothing special. We're just going to defend our piece, develop our pieces. Just moving our pieces to some nice squares, and then castle. The thing is, these bots never put up a fight. So at this point, since our pieces are generally developed, let's just bring our pieces closer to our opponent's king now. Our bishop is under attack, and as a beginner, the two beginner questions to always ask yourself after every single move is my move safe, and what is my opponent doing? So, bringing our pieces closer to the opponent's king, because who knows, we might get lucky. We might be able to checkmate our opponent. So let's go for this. Alright. We want to bring our rook into the game, so that would be pretty good. Let's play this move over here. Let's play f4. And in this position, after queen b8, it looks like there's a free pawn that our opponent just gave us. And again, when our opponent gives us free pieces like this one over here, we just take them. Oh, so our opponent plays here. Now, we could just protect our knight, which I think is just the best idea. Just protect our knight. Nothing wrong. Now we can play knight g5, just bringing the piece closer to our opponent's king, and then we can just capture everything and just checkmate using a basic checkmating idea here. Very nice. And let's do one final game, except this time let's play as black, but this time, nothing special. We're just going to develop our pieces, as you guys can see, to the normal squares. Alright, our opponent's attacking b6. It's quite annoying, so we want to defend it. So let's just defend it with a very simple move. Let's just play pawn to b6. Why not? Alright, so our opponent is swinging the queen around. And so this looks like a free pawn, so we just capture it. Developing our pieces. Let's give a little check. Maybe they'll block with the queen. That'd be very silly if they did, but what if? Let's just bring the knight out. Slowly developing our pieces. We're castling our king. Our king is safe now. And now, you guys know the drill. Bringing pieces to attack our opponent. Now, our opponent just sacrifices the queen over here, so we just capture it. Anyways, fine. Because we just want a queen, so that's good. And bring in pieces closer to our opponent. Slowly but surely. Alright, free piece. We'll capture it. We take those. And another free piece over here. We take those too. And another free piece over here, we take those. Again, self-destruct mode, in which the computer has no idea what's happening anymore, so you can just capture everything, and they'll just play useless moves like this. Alright, so it looks like our piece isn't, our queen isn't developed yet, so let's make sure to bring it up, eventually. Alright, our queen is close to our opponent's king now. Maybe we can do some cool ideas. So let's do a queen. Let's do a knight check here, because the bishop is pinned. It cannot capture here. So then we can capture here. Just keep capturing pieces. Oh, free piece. We take the free pieces. Free piece. We take the free pieces. And though we do have some checkmates that we could have done, but there really is no need, right? Because if you can just take free pieces, why not just take free pieces? It's not like our opponent has anything tricky up their sleeve. And basic checkmating idea, the queen in the king's face. Alright, so in the next video, I'll be showing you guys how to win against intermediate bots, but against beginner bots, remember, easy strategy. Step number 1, attack the center, bring out the pieces, castle the king. Step number 2, bring your pieces closer to your opponent's king, and checkmate using basic checkmating ideas. And while you're doing that, make sure that you take the free pieces your opponent gives along the way, because he is a nice guy. Alright guys, so I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Sean Lei, signing off.